tonight we're going to be doing another installment of easy weeknight cooking zucchini edition. Now, I don't know how many of you have gotten these big honkers out of your garden because it was hiding behind a leaf and didn't tell you. So I'm going to give you a great recipe on what to do with this big monster. Tonight's recipe video is so simple. You can make it ahead and pop it in the oven. Great deal, right? So what are you gonna need? You're gonna need a zucchini. And when I was making the recipe for this one, I was using about a 10-inch zucchini. This one is closer to 14 inches. Now, what else are we gonna need? We are going to need butter, 1 tablespoon of Italian herbs, garlic, about a half a teaspoon of garlic for a 10-inch zucchini. You need a little bit more for this honker. And you're going to go ahead and adjust based on the size of your zucchini. I've done the small ones before and they are so yummy. Oh my goodness. Parmesan cheese, paprika. Now, how do we get started and how do we prepare this thing? First of all, you're going to want, for something this huge, a oil-lined baking pan. And you can do this in a 9x13 or something smaller for smaller zucchini, of course. And you've got a stem end that is usually a little wonky. So start off by cutting off that stem end carefully with your fingers. Take a look at your zucchini, and they always have some sort of a curve. With this facing up like that, I'm going to make my first incision and try to cut these things in half. Sometimes it doesn't work perfectly in half. It just doesn't, not with something this huge anyway. We are looking for this side where it'll sit nice and flat on your baking dish. So next you're going to bring that baking pan over, put these on your baking pan. They will not sit right. You really can go ahead and make a quick incision to flatten one edge. Go ahead and get that sitting on your pan really nice and tight. Take out your butter. The order in which you do these will make a big difference when you're actually baking and presentation. Oh, yum. So butter first, always. Helps everything stick, and you're going to be using small pats of butter. And so cut those babies up so that you can just line them along the cut edge of your zucchini. They will melt and do wonderful things to that zucchini. So if you need to adjust this recipe at all, please do so for the size of your zucchini. And if your butter's a little soft, you can use your fingers to kind of smush it where you want it. I'm gonna grab a little bit more garlic. Just evenly sprinkle your garlic onto the cut faces and until it looks good. Yes. Remember, the recipe for this is more like guidelines. Next, now that it's well garliced, my lovelies, you're going to get your Italian herbs and sprinkle them on. Oh, yes. Gorgeous. Now, your crumbled Parmesan. You're going to apply this very liberally. We always want to be cheesy around here, don't we? I'm going to sprinkle this rather liberally onto and over the entire cut face. Meanwhile, while you're doing this, you've got your oven preheating to 350. I love my cheese, so must be cheesy. You can use sweet paprika if you don't want something very spicy at all. You can use smoked paprika for a little extra kick and a little extra yum, but paprika, definitely paprika. This is more of a garnish as well as a little bit of flavor. And so you're going to just artfully sprinkle that over your entire zucchini. Would you look at that? That is a thing of beauty. Now this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for at least half an hour. For something like this, this may be an hour's worth of cooking, but you're going to test it around half an hour. If it is not fork tender by there, adjust your cooking time. And what have we over in this corner but something that came out of the oven and is so yummy smelling? Is that beautiful or What? Seriously? Yes. And what you're going to do now is you're going to cut this into slices. Your zucchini goers are going to want a good-sized hunk of this. Even non-zucchini likers like this stuff. Seriously, it's a score. So go ahead and give yourself slices across that zucchini. With this 10-incher, you can give yourself bigger slices than you can with the monstrosity that we just seasoned. Would you look at that? Seriously, yum. It smells amazing. It tastes amazing, and it is amazing. It is so seriously simple. You're gonna wanna do this a lot more often. How about a taste? Who's with me, right? Like I said, I've had this particular recipe since high school. And my mouth is watering so bad. So when you get a zucchini like what I showed you almost every single day, you gotta spice things up a bit. Just a wee. Oh my gosh. And that zucchini is so sweet. Oh, ambrosia. Oh, yummy. You get that crust Parmesan cheese that's got a really beautiful flavor. You've got the browning on top, which makes the presentation so beautiful. You've got all the flavor coming from the butter, and the zucchini itself is so moist, and it's almost like biting into a really juicy apple. So from our kitchen to yours, that is a great zucchini recipe. That is a beautiful crowd pleaser when you've got huge zucchini that you've got no idea what to do with. As well as, you know what? It makes little zucchini even better. Oh, so you guys keep things tasty, and I'm gonna eat this.